The final hour, the judgment of the world by Iy ELU HYMN Iy. Revelation 14:1, And as I John looked on in Mount Zion, in heaven, the holy kingdom of Iy ELU HYMN Iy. I John stood up to look, and, as I looked, I beheld Elohim, the sovereign, the Father, the sovereign King, Elohim Olam. With the 144,000 virgins who were with Elohim, the sovereign Father, who is called Iy, and by the name Elohim, Iy. Eman, Manu, Iy ELU HYMN, and also called Iy ELU, and Noah, the Holy One. And the names of Iy was written in their foreheads. And all the holy names of Elohim, and Iy, and AWEMAN, was written in their heads. Revelation 14:2, And I John heard the voices of all the host of heaven, as the sounds of many voices, in the heavens like the sound of rushing waters, and as the sound of that as voices of a great echo, and as a thundering echoing sound of voices. And I John heard the voice of harps and harpers harping with their harps, Revelation 14:3, and also of those that sang, and they sung before the throne, of Elohim, and to Elohim Iy, and before the elders. And Noman Adam also called, Jesus was not there. Nor even was Gadriel also called, Satan was not there. And only those that were gathered there could learn that song. And also the 144,000, and of all those who were redeemed from the earth. Revelation 14:4, These are they which were not defiled with women, because they are virgins. These are those who are following Elohim Olam whithersoever Elohim goes. And these were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits of Elohim Eluhyah, Elohim Eluhyah Olam. Revelation 14:5, And in their mouth was found no guile, for they were being justified by Elohim, and are without fault before the throne of Elohim. Revelation 14:6, And I saw another angel flying in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation, and kindred, and tongue, and people. Revelation 14:7, saying with a loud voice, Fear Elohim, and give glory to Elohim Iy. For the hour of his judgment is finally come, and you must worship Elohim Iy ELU, who made the heavens, and the earth, and the seas, and the fountains of waters. Revelation 14:8, And after that there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, all the cities of this world which are opulent and are living in abundance and excess, and those who are exceedingly wicked, and the whore is fallen, that great city, Jerusalem, the city of Rome with the Vatican city, because she made all the nations them to drink of the wine of their wickedness. And she also has wrath, wickedness, and idol worship, and abominations, with all kind of whoredoms and cuckoldry, and sodomy and fornication. Revelation 14:9, And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship Noman and the beast, and the serpent, Gadriel and his image, and if they shall receive their mark in their foreheads or in their hands. Revelation 14:10, And they also shall drink and be with them in the winepress of Elohim, when the wrath of Elohim Iy shall be poured out on Noman Adam and Gadriel, which shall be poured out on them without mixture into the cup of the indignation that Iy shall wrathfully pour out upon them. And they shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, and in the presence of Iy, the Holy One, who is called Elohim Olam, and Elohim AWEMAN, the Father. Revelation 14:11, And the smoke of their torment shall ascend up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, all those who worship the beast and his image, and those whosoever they are who receive the mark of the beast and the number of his name. Revelation 14:12, And this is the patience of the Elohim Iy Israelites, because this was what they are waiting for. And this is the fate of them that worship Jesus, because they all would be in the winepress of Elohim Iy. And this is the reward of those that shall keep the commandments of Elohim Iy. They all will be a part of the kingdom of Elohim Iy ELU. Revelation 14:13, And I John heard the voice of Elohim AWEMAN, saying, Blessed are the dead who have died from here on and from henceforth. And John, you write down this saying, that they all may be with me, in heaven. and that they all may rest from their labor and from all their works which I, ELU HYMN Iy, will reward them, thus says the Almighty. Revelation 14:14, and as I John looked, on I beheld the white cloud, and Elohim the Sovereign One was upon the cloud. And Elohim, Arman, the Sovereign One, called Iy, looked like the sun. And AWEMAN, glorious majestic King, shining like the sun, the Sovereign One. And ELU HYMN Iy had on his head a golden crown, and in his hand was a sharp sickle. Revelation 14:15, and 2 other angels came out of the temple, carrying with them sharp sickles. And Elohim said to them that had the sharp sickles from the cloud, that Elohim was on, thrust in your sickles and reap, the harvest of the earth it is ripe. And the time is come to reap the harvest. And because the harvest of the earth is fully ripe. And ELU HYMN Iy and the other angels them thrust in their sharp sickles, and the harvest of the earth was reaped. Revelation 14:16, and they that were with Elohim who was on the cloud, they thrust in their sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. Revelation 14:17, and another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, and he also had a sharp sickle. Revelation 14:18, and another angel came out of the temple from between the altar, which had fire and the power over fire, to consume the cluster of the vines. And Elohim said to them, thrust in your sharp sickles, and gather the cluster and the vine and the grapes of the earth. Because the grapes are fully ripen. And there were cries and loud crying when Elohim and the holy angels of ELU HYMN Iy thrust in their sharp sickles in the earth. Revelation 14:19, and the angels them thrust in their sickles into the earth, and they gathered the vine of the earth, and the earth was casted into the great winepress of ELU HYMN Iy. And also the beast, all the kingdom of this world, and God Godriel and his son Jesuit Judas Jesus, and also all the others, who were Jesuits and Jesuites and Satanists, they were all cast into the winepress of ELU HYMN Iy, with Jesuit Judas Jesus and God Godriel. Revelation 14:20, and there was anger and wrath as Babylon, the lands of abundance and exceeding wickedness, and of those that are living in wickedness was in the winepress. And Babylon was trodden down with, and all the churches and with all the cities of the world, and the earthly city called Jerusalem with the Vatican city. And the blood came out of the winepress of ELU HYMN Iy. And it also came out from even their great houses which had their bridled houses, and even all those which was there in the winepress of ELU HYMN Iy. And from their great houses and structures, and even from those which had spaces of 1,600 furlongs. The end.